careerportal.com right now for more information.
For more than 100 years, Oklahoma Career Tech has been training skilled and dedicated individuals, giving clear career paths to over 90,000 graduates a year. These individuals are the heartbeat of the Oklahoma workforce, serving thousands of companies, fueling this state's economy. Oklahoma is powered by Career Tech.
All right, I want to welcome you back. Comets get on the board. They're following the pick six by Trevor Robin. It's a 1-point ball game just like that, 8-7. A lot of action here in the first quarter, including in the box. Had some streaming issues there. Hopefully we got them settled. And just want to remind everybody as Tripp prepares to kick off here that anytime there's some issues, just go ahead and continue to refresh your page every 30 seconds to a minute, and we will try our best. We're going to work and work and work until we get any issues sorted out, as he's untouched so far to the 40, brought down there at the end of the play. So it looks like Oakley Pratt was in there to make the hit at the 40-yard line. Good return there, though, by the Bulldogs. Blocks were well executed there and kind of finding the holes. And I'll tell you what, it was about 35 yards before he was even touched by a Comet there on that return. So here we go, Comets. Right back on defense. Minco back on offense here following the pick six, so we'll see if they can keep that going. Tell you what, one thing the Comets have done good defensively this season is create turnovers, as they got a tight bunch here, lined out wide. 4 on the strong side here, 1 back, shotgun set. 4 down lineman here, just a handoff up the middle, goes untouched, hits the gap, and here we go. Can Clifton catch him? Gets just a hold on and brought down at the 35-yard line. And a big carry out of the shotgun set there on first down for the Minco Bulldogs, as big chunk offense continuing here, as they've really gotten their boys involved here. Sebastian Valdez on that carry, him and Ben Birchfield. They've put up some numbers here very early in this one, as we're just at that 5-minute mark in the first quarter. So fresh set of downs, they're going to give him the rock once again, and he's 10 yards before being touched down at the 25-yard line. Sebastian Valdez. And I tell you what, Valdez looks like he's got pretty good speed off the edge too. Turns the corner, hits the Jets real fast, as he's going to be a force tonight. And I tell you, looking at that O-line too, you got 5 down with their hands in the dirt. These are some pretty big boys. You know, that's one thing we talked about with Crescent and Minco. These are two teams you're going to be playing with a ton of size and really showing it off tonight. Setting up some good blocks, some good holes here. So battling in trenches is going to be a tough one for the Comets. As shotgun set here, a little 2x2, but they'll motion 11 over to have 2 backs with the QB, and just a little misdirection there, trying to fool the defense as he'll pow down inside of the 25-yard line. Going to be enough for the first. Or excuse me, they changed the marker there. Second down, that makes more sense now. Second down and 7 on the first down carry. So here we go, just making a little substitution here for the Comets. Derek Pratt coming in, put some size on that defensive line. A lot of talent there on that front, as they had a lot of seniors graduate. And I tell you what, these boys have done a good job filling in, and Pratt has been one of those, as bouncing inside, makes one man miss and brought down is Clayton Hughes there with the carry. Just like that, the Bulldogs are at the 5-yard line in the red zone once again. So 3 drives, 1 score, 1 trip in the red zone, and 1 turnover. It's been a little bit of everything here in the first quarter. So 3rd down and maybe a half a yard. Thought originally he had enough for the first. They'll say 3rd and short. And Minco will kind of stack it on the offensive line there and go on the heavy set. Imagine they'll just snap it and go straight forward with it, and that's exactly what they'll do. Just shoot it right up the middle, kind of up that A gap. And he'll be down at about the 1-yard line. So if you're the Comets, this is where things are going to get a little bit tough. I mean, it's going to be tough defensively anyway, trying to stop this Bulldog offense. But I tell you what, all the size that Minco has, you get to where they only need a yard or two. This is where some tough big boy football is going to be played. And, you know, we talk about your top dogs in this district, and, you know, Crescent and Minco, those are two schools that you're circling. These are the kind of stops that you got to get against these kind of teams if you want to have a chance in this district there. And just a quick handoff, punches it in. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Touchdown, Bulldogs. Number 8,
And so, again, you know, there's just favorable situations for both teams tonight. That's one, that short yardage situation that's going to favor the Bulldogs with all the sides they have up front. And you really see them using a lot of different, you know, trying to get the offense or the defense to flow one direction for the other. You're going to see a lot of misdirection, a lot of counter plays, things like that to try to get the defense flowing one way and then going the other direction with the ball. So then you combine that with the size, and it's going to make them difficult. See, here we go. Kind of got the offense flowing one direction there. A flag late, probably on a hold. It's knocked out of bounds there by Graydon DeVinny. It's going to be short either way, but I think the penalty is more than likely going to be on the Bulldogs here on this 2-point try. And they'll wave that one off, of course. And so now we got a true one-score game, a 7-point game as Bulldogs are leading 14-7. Your Comets trailing by 7. We'll take a quick break and be right back here in just a moment on Hinton Comets.tv.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
All right, so here we go, coming back at you out the break. 2:35 here in the first quarter. Comets trailing by 7, following the touchdown by the Bulldogs. Good news is they got the stop on the 2-point conversion, so it's back at a 7-point game. And now they got to get back to work here on offense. As Reed McCurdy, or Reed McMurtry, probably the correct way to say that. It's going to be kicking off for the Bulldogs. And Trevor Rodman back to receive, along with Damian Gomez and Clifton Craighead. And here we go. A lot of action here in the first quarter. This is shaping up to be a real good game. That one's fielded by Peyton Cotter, who's going to run it inside and down at the 25-yard line. That's where your Comets begin their next drive here on offense. So the Comets, pretty good drive first time around. Ran some clock off, got down the field, got on the opposing end, and just got stopped a little bit short. And that's about the time, of course, we had some issues on the stream, so was working through that. And so here we go. See if they can make anything of it. 2:29 here in the first. And again, you're only down by 1 score, everything kind of in front of you here, so you don't have to get away from what you do best. I imagine they'll continue the ground and pound here. As they go early in the shotgun here, 2 receivers to the left. Little wing on the right side. Snap, just going to hand him the rock. Bounces outside, makes one man miss, and good tackle there by Noah Johnson. As Rodman there does a good job of kind of bouncing outside, making the first man miss, and then just a really good job there at the end by Johnson to get him down. Good kind of open field tackle as he kind of got his body low there, wrapped up. And that's not an easy man to bring down. You know, Trevor's a strong dude, so good tackle there. And your defense has got to make plays like that. You know, you're going to have a lot of plays on the ground where somebody's going to have to make a solo tackle, and that was a good job. That's what keeps that at 2nd and 10. So getting the ball out here quick to Craighead. Craighead's going to have to turn up field and only gains about a yard and a half off of that one. So again, looked like man coverage there by Minco. Well defended, kind of up there along the line of scrimmage. So if you're Clifton in that scenario there, you're just getting the ball and going forward as quick as you can. So well defended there by the Bulldogs. Got a substitution here as Clifton kind of hobbling off a little bit. Crease Douglas is going to come in for him and substitute. And I hope everything's okay. As last couple of weeks, you know, he's kind of Clifton's battled injuries just a little bit, trying to work hard to stay on the field. And that's a player that's very important to the Comets. Need him on the field. Not a ton of depth this season because you had all those seniors graduate last year. So 3rd down and long. Rolling out. Tries to spin. Tries to pull the run. Want to make a one-man miss. And he'll be brought down there at the 15-yard line. as he's sacked in the backyard or backfield by a pair of Bulldogs. And tell you what, really good job there by Minco, as both their defenders did a good job, their edge rushers, of making sure not to over pursue so that he could spin out of the rush there and really kind of playing that double team well. And so good job there for the Bulldogs, as it's a important stop for them. And the Comets will be punting here. Deuce Tripp standing back there basically on the end zone line. So it's really important they get a good punt off here, as they're real deep. And got a flag here, going up flying, almost catches a piece of it. Are they going to run this out? And they will at the 50 as he turns upfield out of bounds at the 40-yard line. So that one's returned there by Dason McMurtney. So we'll see the penalty there after the return by McMurtry. And that's on the Comets, and they're going to wave that one off. The Bulldogs will take the field position here, so we'll stay right here live on HintonComets.tv. So if you're the Comets here, all important here is it's been tough. There's a lot. You're able to get a turnover. Rodman had a turnover about 5 minutes ago off an interception. It was a pick six. So, you got to get out there. This is really important here. Still early in the ball game. Still a one-score game. What you really want to do is you don't want to have those big plays from Minco and get them in a position where this could be a two-score or three-score game really quickly. You want to come out here and make a statement stop, or at the very least try to limit them. As I'm not sure they have a kicker, that this more than likely they get down inside the red zone. It may be 4-down territory there. He'll run that one left side for a gain of 7. And I believe that'll be the end of the quarter as they'll run that one out. And that's exactly what they'll like to do. So that'll be the end of the first quarter here. Your Comets trailing by 7. We'll take a quick break and be right back for the start of the second quarter right here on HintonComets.tv.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
The AMG team is based in Oklahoma City and delivers your organization revenue enhancement through a combination of data science, innovative marketing, and business automation. We think like owners and behave as long-term partners. Delivering measurable results for nearly 20 years has made the AMG team known for our ability to efficiently and effectively execute objectives. We're ready to help raise your organization to a higher level of success, so visit us today at theamgteam.com.
All right, I want to welcome you back here to the start of the second quarter. As you're hitting Comets trailing 14-7 to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs with possession of the ball. It's a 2nd down and 4. So again, really important. Need to stop here. You don't, just a one-score game right now. If they come out and get a stop here, would be really beneficial. It kind of makes one man miss going to the opposite side. Actually, I lost track of the ball carrier. And I tell you what, he hits the Jets and runs right into the end zone. And that's Reed McMurtry again carrying the rock. I think he had myself as well as the entire defense confused on that one. I was looking up the interior, and there he was bouncing outside. And then once he kind of hit that second level, not exactly sure if the defense just lost track of who had the rock, but no effort there at the second level to really try to catch him or make a tackle, and he kind of just walks into the end zone. And just like that, a 20-7. These Comets really needed a stop, and Minco answered right back with another score of their own as they'll go for 2 again. Here they go, just going straight up the middle. Will they get enough push? Your Comets pushing back here, and again, can't see the signal, can't tell who has it or not. And a penalty on the field, so we'll await the call. slap a headset on it. So, because he so he said he'd be a little late.
Just go until he gets here.
Illegal shift on the option.
Okay, illegal shift there, so they'll have to try this one again. Spot that on the 10-yard line. All right, so got Coach Phillips join alongside me here in the second quarter. So, Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I just got me a little burger deal down there. $7 for a burger, chips, and a drink. Doesn't get much better than that, man.
There we go. So 2-point attempt, trying it for the second time. Following the illegal shift. Comets bring the pressure, force him out. Just has to let it fly. It's going to be well short of the end zone.
Good job by the defense right there getting pressure. And I tell you what, Mr. Allen, I've been watching from the sideline. We've done a pretty good job of getting pressure early. I know we gave up that long one early and then, a couple runs here and there, but we're making adjustments, and I'm anxious to see if the Comets can continue to get inside on these guys and cause havoc for that quarterback.
All right, so Coach Phillips, what are you thinking here offensively? Down by 2 scores. Do we stick with the same thing here or make any adjustments? What are you feeling?
The first drive, we picked up, I think, 2 or 3 first downs, and we got across midfield. And when we got across midfield, we kind of stalled out a little bit. I think we need to go back to what we had that first drive, which was a couple early runs in the possession, and then we were able to kind of get out, and I think we threw a little slant pattern across to Trevor. Look to hit kind of maybe some of those short routes and stuff like that, and just get a good push up front.
Kicking off for the Bulldogs, number 5, Reed McMurtry.
All right, so here we go. Reed McMurtry finally got his name right. It took me about 5 times to say it correctly. McMurtry will be kicking off here. Of course, you got your triplets of Comets back there. Trevor Rodman back there, and I believe they've got somebody, I don't know if that's Clifton Craighead down there. He was kind of hobbling off the field earlier, as I think it's looking like Peyton Cotter there on the near side.
Yep.
And, of course, Damian Gomez on the far side, so here we go. Kick is up, and it's going to roll out of bounds. Good penalty there for the Comets.
Yes, that helps with our field possession. I will say we haven't been able to get good returns the few times that we've returned it so far, and I think that'll help us out. Maybe some field possession. Help us flip the field a little bit and get going the right direction.
Kickoff out of bounds.
I would like to add the quarterback for Minco is a great basketball player. So his athleticism that shows out here at the quarterback position also shows on the basketball court. And I believe he plays baseball, runs track, both maybe. Just a really good athlete, and he's showing a lot of that. And they've got some good guys on the outside that can go get some things done too.
All right, so here we go. First down. Comets ball. Needing a score here, trailing by 13. Just look kind of bunch them there on the line of scrimmage. Only one receiver out. Running that direction. Strong side. Well defended there by the Bulldogs.
Got a decent push up front, but their guys are so smart at reading the plays, and I believe everybody now is kind of having putting a spy on Graydon because they know that we're going to run it a lot with him and stuff like that. Basically what that spy means is that one of their linebackers is always watching Graydon. If he takes off running, he's going to tackle him. If he drops back and he's reading his eyes and stuff like that, a lot of people are starting to do stuff like that, and makes it difficult for a guy like Graydon to get out and get some runs.
Second down and 11. Here's QB keeper there, and that's going nowhere again. Blown up in the backfield by the Bulldogs.
So that was originally a pass play, and Graydon, he just didn't see anything right there. Receivers got to do a little bit better job of getting open out of their breaks and stuff like that, and Graydon just got to let that thing go. He's got to let it fly.
10:53 here in the second. Looking off to the sideline for the call. Important down and distance here, 3rd and 11. As again, really need to convert it. Hard to believe this would be 4-down territory. Most likely think they need to get the first from here. Or at least get themselves in 4th and very short, trailing by 2 scores.
I think you try and get something underneath right here and see what you got for 4th.
So here we go, snap. He's going to keep it, has to evade pressure there. Gets it out quickly here on a wheel route. Just has a little bit of open space, but closes the gap quickly there as Deuce Tripp going nowhere. 4th down, Comets.
We're just not able to get the connection between our X and our Y wide receiver, our X and our Y wide receivers. because they have so much pressure up front, Graydon doesn't have time to sit back and kind of go through who he's going to throw to, and then, he's able to hit the check down right there. And I think in the early downs in the possession in the series, we need to hit those check downs more to maybe bust one for 4 or 5 yards and get a shorter distance for your third down.
So here we go, 4th down and 11. Just got to punt it here. Tripp puts a leg on it, really low arc, and just going to roll at about the 35-yard line. That's where they'll kill it.
So the arc was low, but you get a good bounce out of it, and honestly, it almost hits a Minco guy in the back that's trying to block, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times you'll hear Peter whenever there's a punt towards somebody, and that one was just so low. It's kind of like in golf when somebody hits kind of an errant shot low, you're like, 4, but you really don't have time, you know what I'm saying? And it almost worked out for the Comets right there.
They could be talking about that, or they could be talking about you down there on the field, Peter.
This is also correct, yes. That is my full name.
So 9:42 here. Comets trailing 27. I tell you what, Minco, they've come out quick strike.
Yes. They're looking to throw the ball deep, and I believe it's they're on the right side, so I don't know exactly what number it is, but their wideout on the right side can go.
Yeah, that's Ben Birchfield.
Yes, Birchfield, and they're looking to hit him on some fakes. They've got trips right there. A little bit different set. Oh, that's quad. Sorry.
Yeah, quad's here. Yeah. Yep. So shotgun quad snap, just going to hand it off. Again, just going untouched for at least 8-9 yards there. And it's going to be a first and then some for the Bulldogs. Is that Sebastian Valdez with the carry there?
So a lot of times, Nathan, you'll see people go quads to one side, and they do that to get the DBs out away from all the ruckus in the middle, basically. So they spread you out, and then a lot of times people will run to the boundary because it's easier to get the angles for your blockers, but they went with the receivers that time, and they just got enough blocking out of their receivers and enough routes out of their receivers to keep us at bay, and you just got to win that battle if you're a DB going against a receiver. You've got to win that battle.
So the Comets taking their first time out here of the evening. Yeah, as we are... Tell you what, we got one eye on the game, one eye on the Rangers game. Unfortunately, the way that game's going, I may be keeping 2 eyes on the Bulldogs and Comets right now. So, Andrew Haney, shout out Putnam City.
Yep.
As it was a short night for him. Dane Dunning on the mound now for the Rangers. So,
kind of crazy. They got a guy from Putnam City and Haney, and then they got a guy from, I believe, Chandler and Gray. I actually played against Gray in high school, him and his younger brother, and man, those dudes can throw. I mean, obviously they are where they are.
Yeah.
Two schools have had a lot of great tradition, and guys go play at the next level, and even at the next level, it's pretty cool to see out of small town Oklahoma. You get to see guys doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we go, coming out of the timeout. 9:30 left here in the second quarter. Fast-moving game. Feels like this game has been going on about 10 minutes, and already getting close to midway through the second. Again, got a lot going on at halftime, too. Military Appreciation Night. I want to shout out to all those who have served and are currently serving. And Vocal did the national anthem tonight, did a great job. Miss Hughes does a fantastic job with them. So here they go, quads again to the left side. Kind of a pistol look quads. Oh, actually, yeah, pistol look quads here. Yep. So
is that a tight right?
Looks like it. As he'll snap here as he kind of tries to cover that little flick. But I tell you what, misplayed there.
Great stop for the Comets. Kind of opportunity miss. Was that a flea flicker, Mr. Allen?
Yeah, it looked like it, yeah.
Oh, man.
Kind of like almost like a reverse flea flicker.
Yeah.
And I tell you, what do you think of trying a trick play like that in this situation?
So, obviously they have a counter to that play also. It's something that they want people to see, and also they feel like they can execute it. We'll come back to that.
So, yeah, here we go. 2nd down and 23 is a good spot here for the Comets defensively. As a 2x2 shotgun set here. It's a 4-3, got 2 safeties deep, kind of playing man up front. As he just has to get this one out quick. Good pressure there, and needs to make an open field tackle. As Deuce will push him out of bounds, but a gain of about 10 on that one.
It's all right. That's good coverage right there. Good pressure by Bo Brookshire. Back to that trick play. A lot of times guys will run that trick play, and you think, man, they should save that. Well, you got to see it. You know, if it's something you guys can do, and there's always counters to those, so everybody, the coach coming to scout is going to look at it and think, all right, let's stop it this way, and then they throw a counter at it, and it works that way. So that's a lot of reason why you see some plays like that.
And it's rumbling here. You know what that means. 3rd down and long.
Trips this time.
Yep, trips. Little 3x1, 3 out this side. This Comets kind of dropping back in coverage. Got to know the down and distance, right? Cover short, cover the sticks. and bringing some pressure there, forcing him out right, has to let it fly, finds a man open. Wow, that's Landon McMahon, and he's going to go untouched, walking into the end zone there, turning on the Jets. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
I'll tell you what, that's just an unbelievable throw on the run and a good catch. We went zone right there, and I don't know if it was cover 2 or cover 3, one of the two, but we went zone, and when you go zone, you're wanting to get enough pressure up front to where they're not able to have time to make that pass. Well, we gave him good pressure up front, and he was making a throw on the run, and that guy was basically running a post. Was that McMahon, you said?
Yep.
He was running a post, and he ran a post all the way across our zone, and it's hard to check those guys off that long, and just able to get a good pass and catch, and yards after the catch. That's a touchdown for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and I tell you what, just quick strike. Every play that they've had, it's been a scoring play tonight, has been at least 30 yards or greater.
Those are things that you try and limit, but sometimes it's easier said than done.
Yep. And again, Minco, this is just for fans that are not quite as much in tune as some of the others might be. This is a team that's very loaded. You know, Minco, they're 6-0. They haven't lost a game this season. They're considered to be favorites to win this district. So, you know, and they had a bye week, so they're very fresh. They had a week off, so.
You know, it's difficult when they come off of a bye week and they're sitting there number 4 in the state, and you just got done playing number 5 in the state, who also came off of a bye week. And it's just very difficult to play both those teams who have 2 weeks to prepare for you. And I think before that, we were sitting top 15, you know, stuff like that. And we lose a tough one last week to Crescent, and then you come back and you got to play the next best, or the best team or the next best team, you know, whichever. Those are obviously the class of our district. Playing back-to-back weeks, man, it's tough, man. And when you're not as deep as you have been in the past, and you lose guys, it's all there is to it, man. It's just difficult, and the Comets are trying to hold strong as well as they can, and continue to build, and hopefully get through these 2 games, and you know, possibly get a good comeback going here. And then you look ahead next 2 weeks, and you got 2 very winnable ones, finish 3rd in the district, looking at closing on a pretty successful season.
Yeah, that's what we talked about in the pregame. You know, even if you lose these 2 very difficult district games, you got so much left to play for. You know, 2 teams that you are going to more than likely be the favorite in, against Cashin, and then the end of the season against Watonga at home. So
yeah, and another thing you look at, Nathan, is we look at the district we're matched up with, and it's a winnable game.
Yep.
That first round of playoffs, sorry.
So here we go, McMurtry. Take the snap, looks right, lets it fly, short of the end zone, has to muscle it in, and that ball's out. But did he cross the plane in time? He did. So we'll say the ball crossed the plane before it went out. 2-point conversion is good.
Mr. Allen, did you see where he dropped down and threw that ball from? I mean, he dropped down right here around his shoulder, underneath his shoulder, Aaron Rodgers-esque, Jordan Love-esque, and just threw it right there on a dime. That's pretty impressive, man, because you've got all those linemen coming up with their hands up, and you're able to throw it down like that. Some people would call it showboating. I call it just being good at playing quarterback.
It's called being good at football, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the skill, the talent starting to show off here early. And tell you what, the Comets got talent themselves, but, you know, just kind of crunching the numbers. We talked about this all season long. You got about 24, 25 on the roster. You've got 16 freshmen. So you've got a lot of guys that are very talented, and they're going to blossom the next 2 or 3 years. But they're young, and there's not a whole lot of depth. And you're looking at the inverse of that on the Bulldog sideline.
Absolutely. And, you know, last week we talked about the same thing. They had you know, we've got 15, 16 freshmen, and Crescent rolls out 13 seniors that look like grown men, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, it is what it is, man. You try and battle hard every week and get better and better and see what you can get done.
Ooh, and I feel a cool breeze of air as now some of that nighttime chill starting to come in.
Fall is here.
And I'm ready for it. It's a little hot to my liking today.
81, 85 with that sun burning down on you a little too much.
I pulled in at 4:30 today, and it was 85 in the car. I thought, it's a bit toasty for this time of year.
Yes, absolutely. You're going to look up, it'll be November before you know it.
I know. This year is going by so quick. Trevor Rodman back to receive the kick. And again, pretty clean kick. Oh, and that's in and out of the arms of Cotter there, and it's anyone's ball. I think the big man falls on it, Crease Douglas.
Yeah, that's huge. Crease Douglas with a heads-up play. You know, if we're able to field that, we got a chance to go 15, 20 yards untouched right there. But, hey, happy to have the ball in your hands. Heads-up play by Crease. Crease a senior, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, just a good job by your senior right there getting on the
No,
ball.
excuse me. No, he's a junior. Yeah, I was about to say.
Upperclassman regardless.
Yeah,
That's a veteran play by him to be heads up and on the spot.
All right, so here we go, 8:30 in the second quarter, desperately needing a score. As just a few minutes ago, this was a close game and need something to bring the momentum back in our direction, get the fans brought back to life here as they'll stack them along the line of scrimmage. One receiver out on each end, shotgun set, snap, looks left, has some pressure, has to roll out right, needs to get this ball out. He'll just got to keep it and brought out of bounds just short of the 30-yard line.
So I think it's maybe a no gain or a gain of 1 or 2. And, gosh, you'd like to see him every now and then go ahead and throw that up and give us a chance, see what happens. But, he's confident, and he's a very good athlete that we've talked about, and you just trust him and continue to ride it and see what happens.
So here we go, 2nd down and 6, contrary to the scoreboard, not 2nd down and 30.
You'll have that every now and then.
Yeah, shotgun set, 2 receivers out left. He'll keep it here, is well defended there. Tries to make the open field tackle, does a nice job of shaking on the Vinny. Will get enough for the first.
Graydon is going to run so hard throughout every game that you play. You're going to stop him every now at a 1-yard gain, a 2-yard gain, maybe a 1-yard loss. But he is going to break one every now and then for 8 or 10 yards, and then maybe the next time 10 or 15. And with him being able to do that and Trevor being able to run the ball, it makes it difficult for a lot of people to stop us.
I'll tell you what, Clayton Hughes has had a couple of good open field tackles. Nice job making him miss that time.
Yeah. And really, the second guy was kind of maybe even bigger tackle,
So here we go, shotgun set. Clifton Craighead there, kind of interesting. Just going to power up forward, QB keeper, gain of about 3 on the play.
Old schoolhouse left. Graydon's had 2 pretty good runs right there. We're going to keep continuing to try and build on that. Looks like a 2nd and 6 now. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
And, that's 2 good first down gains. And like I said earlier, if you're able to lessen your load on the 2nd and 3rd down of how far you have to get to that next drive or that next first down, you got to continue to do that.
So here we go, shotgun set again, loaded on the line of scrimmage. They know what kind of front 7 they're playing tonight. 1 receiver out on each end. Rodman back there in the backfield. Snap. Just kind of hits him on a wheel route, needs to turn upfield, make one man miss. And tell you what, trying to make the open field tackle again. Get some help there at the end. That's old Clayton Hughes again.
And that guy's everywhere, isn't he?
Yeah.
So a good little wheel action right there to Trevor. A little screen pass. You'd like to see him go ahead and just turn the jets on and get to the sideline, but he's trying to make a play right there, get back in the middle of the field. But a great open field tackle by Hughes, as you said.
Would you consider this 4-down territory yet, Coach?
I think you're at the 50, and with the time that's left, I'm okay with going with it. But once again, it comes down to what you have right here on this 3rd down play.
So here we go, 3rd down and 5. Shotgun set, or pistol set, excuse me. Nope, back to the shotgun. They'll bring him alongside here. 2 receivers out right. As he's thinking about it and is going to choose to just kind of check it down and hits the edge. Here's Rodman, tries a stiff arm. He'll brought out at the 45-yard line. So it's going to be 4th down and about 5, maybe 4.
Graydon was looking to that right side, and just nothing really came open right there.
He's actually lost a yard.
Yeah, he dumped it down right there, and Trevor actually, after I said something, not that he was listening, but kind of got to the edge right there and gave himself a chance. The problem was there was just more Bulldogs there on that play than there was on the last one. Looks like we're going to get a punt.
Yeah, so you were right there. We kind of wondered, of course, 4th and 7, that makes a little bit more sense than 4th and 2,
4th and 7 is not as gracious to the Comets as 4th and 3 or 4th and 2 is.
Good punt, though. This one's going to definitely travel as it does take a Bulldog bounce and roll, but they'll kill it at the 25-yard line.
Yes. And we've got a penalty.
And a late flag as well. Did you see what happened there, Coach?
Colton Helms, it's kind of funny, 8 on number 8. We're over here on the sideline. It looked like some late action right there. In this situation, it's usually something maybe on the defense, but I don't know. They might just have both got a personal foul, and then they're just going to let it go, but it looks like they might step something off.
Are you saying it's late on 8 on 8?
Yes. Oh, just on the Bulldogs. All right.
All right. And the Comets will certainly take that.
Absolutely. So that'll put him, was it at the 25? Is that where the ball was spotted? That'll put him at the 12.5-yard line. I would venture to say more towards the 13-yard line, just kind of from where the ball was set. So more of a 12 3/4.
So I'd say it's on Jaden Sayarath. Hopefully I said that name right. Sayarath?
Yes.
Sayarath?
Sayarath.
If they play basketball and you know him, you can jump on in there on those names tonight.
I don't know if I know him, but yes, that's a big penalty for the Comets. Hey, get some pressure right here. Maybe you get something tackled deep, or you cause a turnover like you did earlier. You get a score, and successful drive for the Comets right there. I know we didn't get as far as we wanted to, obviously, to get in the end zone or get in field goal area, but you get 2 or 3 first downs. You've shown now that you can still move the ball. You got to complete a pass upfield or get something broke away for Trevor or Graydon, and you're always one play away from being right back in it.
Yeah, it's just kind of going over some things between Coach Potter and the official here, just trying to get some things sorted out. And 6:22 for those at home watching the game. I want to thank you guys. Of course, had some issues with the stream earlier. Got that sorted out. Hopefully, you guys. Of course, Minco is streaming theirs too, so they're on the opposite side of the field working Bulldogs.tv. So I think their stream was on our page momentarily, and so hopefully we got that all sorted out.
I think Coach Potter was asking why it was half the distance and not 15.
Here we go. Shotgun set. 2 receivers out. Getting the ball out quickly and turn up field. Makes Clifton Craighead miss and turn up field. Cutting inside and brought down at the 34-yard line. Good play there for the Bulldogs.
All that comes down to is we've got to break down and make a tackle right there. It's a simple play, and that guy's job is to break one tackle. He broke a tackle. He's gone for 15, 20 yards, and now you look up, and they're at the 30, close to midfield, and you got to hold strong for the rest of this half. Yeah,
I brought that up in the first quarter. A lot of these plays are designed where you got to make one man miss, and that's something that Minco's done tonight pretty well, is on a slant pattern here, getting the ball out here quickly, trying to turn upfield, brought down at the 45-yard line. Good play there, Ben Birchfield on the reception.
Slant pattern right across the middle, and, we covered it pretty well. You just got to be a little bit more physical on the covers and try and cause a PBU right there, or tackle and maybe cause a fumble,
So here we go, going up tempo here. Already shotgun set. He'll just kind of hand it off and powering up the middle for a gain of about 9. And it starts to bring down Sebastian Valdez. He almost has enough for the first.
So Sebastian is a extremely good, if I remember right, extremely good athlete on the basketball court. Rebounder, physical, and he's showing that running the ball today.
Getting the word that somebody went yard in that Rangers game, 3-1, bottom of the second. That's some good news here for Rangers fans. So here we go, shotgun set. Again, just kind of another handoff. So he tries to make a man miss. And not sure who brought him down there at the end of the play. Is that Derek Pratt?
I believe so, yeah. Sorry, I was watching the edges. I will say our edge guys, that would be Bo Brookshire and Bonnewell, are doing a good job of holding their ground, and they're kind of pushing those tackles in. If they can continue to do that, and we can get some kind of pressure from Diego and Derek, I
want to say Diego had that set tackle.
Yeah. If we can continue to get pressure on the inside, we might have a chance to start stopping that run. Sorry.
Oh, and that ball was high there, intended for Ben Birchfield.
Those are things that go well when you get pressure. You got to continue to get pressure and cover just a little bit better, and you can stop these Bulldogs.
Yeah, it just kind of looked like a hitch route there. Is that ball just a little bit too high? And had a little situation earlier. Not sure if that was a miscommunication or what on that pick six. Did you happen to see what happened there?
So I was down on the left sideline over here, and I think we got enough pressure that he just had to get rid of it, and he happened to just get rid of it to the Comets.
So here we go, 2nd down and 10. One man in motion, hand off, powering up the middle there is Jaden Sayarath, and he'll gain about 5 on the play.
That was a better job by the Comets of hitting the running back early. If you're hitting the running back 2 to 3 yards deep, that's not good. You've got to get in there and hit them at the line and try and slow them down as much as you can, and then everybody has to come and gang tackle after that.
So here's where the Bulldogs have fared very well here in the first half, these 3rd down and longs.
Yes. They've been able to get those first downs. Let's see what we can get.
Comets desperately needing a stop here again this game, 28-7, but not out of reach. With 3 minutes left, it'd be nice to get the ball back one more time before we head to the locker room for halftime. So they're going to hand it off to Sayarath. Makes one man miss, and he's going to have enough for the first.
I tell you, 2 things right there stuck out to me. I thought the slot guy was false start, 100%, but they didn't call it. They could have called a little offsides on us. And then the second thing, we hit the guy early. I think we just had our head down. We just got to keep our head high right there and wrap our hands around. And like I said earlier, slow them down, and then everybody's got a gang tackle after that. I'm not sure who got the early pressure on that, but it was a good job by them to get the early pressure.
Yeah, and I tell you what, these third down conversions, that's really been the story of the first half.
Absolutely.
They have converted a ton of them as just going to give Syrath, or no, actually he's going to be a keeper this time. Nice job selling it, and it'll be out of bounds just a yard short of the first.
That was actually a really nice design right there.
Yeah.
It looked like keeper only, and then they had that receiver out there for a little quarterback receiver option.
Yeah, did he toss that late? Did he pitch that back?
Late, and he got a 2 or 3 yards out of it. Nice design by the Bulldogs. You see that a lot with college these days, but they'll almost do like a screen pass out of it too.
All right, so here we go, second down and about 4. They moved that ball back just a little bit, thought it was closer to the first. He's going to hand that ball off. Going to the edge there and bumbling is Jaden Syrath. And he'll net an extra 2 or 3 yards out of that carry.
Between Jaden, Syrath, and Sebastian, sorry, I forgot his last name. Between those two guys, Valdez, they are some tough dudes, man. We're hitting them early, and now we're starting to see us hitting them lower and lower, and they're starting to go down. But still, that was a pretty good hit and a good tackle, but he still falls forward for 2 or 3 yards, man. Those guys are just a load. Let's see if we can get some penetration out of the Comet D-line right here.
Oh, we got that ball landed fair. All right, so here we go. No, only a gain of 2 there on first down, so just kind of letting everybody know we got 2:13 left here. Again, we got the halftime show tonight. It's Military Appreciation Night, so cheer and band has something cool worked up for us, and always fun when they get to do that rendition. We'll be paying tribute to the different branches of service.
I tell you, the Hinton football field looks great tonight.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh, that is the best logo I have ever seen.
It's good work.
So here we go, second down and 10. Handing it off here is just bouncing there. So far untouched. Got a flag, maybe a hold as he'll walk into the end zone. Is, again, kind of stopping at the second level. I'd like to see them go pursue the ball carrier there.
I think that is going to be coming back a holding. And honestly, the holding made a difference right there. It held the outside edge, and if the outside edge isn't held right there, he's able to get out there and make a tackle.
Yeah, so big penalty there, much to the aid of the Comets. As again, we saw that a couple weeks ago. A lot of times those runs to the outside, those runs to the boundary, most of the time if, you go untouched for 5-10 yards of the play, somebody's probably grabbing a hold of a jersey here and there.
Some holding going on for sure. So that's a big penalty for the main reason there's not very much time left. You push them back 10 yards, and if you can just keep people in front, it makes it pretty difficult to go out there and score in 1:30 from about the 27-yard line. Is that right?
Yeah,
27-yard line.
They're calling this a second down and 17. So here we go. Shotgun set. 18 in motion. Snap. Handing it off. And Comets well defended there as he's going backwards. Wrong direction there. Jacob Bonniwell with the tackle.
Great job by Jacob Bonniwell right there. I was talking earlier about squeezing those guys. Squeezing more and more. And Jacob was able to get in there and get penetration. Somebody else is in there on that. Just a great job of holding the tackle and keeping going all the way through. A little momentum shift right here.
I tell you what.
It's not huge, but hey, we're back at third down like you talked about. If we get a third down stop right here, we're right where we want to be.
Yeah, the Bulldogs have converted some, but let's see them try this one out for size. Third down and 25.
Got to get pressure up front.
Absolutely. Shotgun set here, and he gets this one out real quick for Burkfield. Has blockers in front. They need to go get him as he'll cut back to the outside. Oh, my goodness, going to go untouched into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
So they went untouched, our D-line did, and unfortunately nobody stayed home. But we do have a penalty marker.
And I tell you what, it's back towards the line of scrimmage, too.
It might be roughing the passer. Nope, illegal man downfield.
Yeah, illegal man downfield, so.
Yes, that saves the Comets.
Yeah, again, 2 big penalties. You had that holding play in the first.
You add the hold and the illegal man downfield, and you're looking at a 3rd and 30 now.
Tickle monster strikes again.
Yes. And for, I tell you, a team that needed something to go their way, the Comets have gotten 2 plays to go their way the last 2 times.
Hey, here's what the announcer's not going to do, though. He's not going to take a third and super long and dare them to convert that again. I dare you not to convert.
Let's just
let the boys play.
Let the boys play, right?
So third down and half the football field.
Hey, look for a similar play right here, though.
Yeah, that was a smart play, though, all jokes aside.
Well, we've dialed up so many blitzes the last 2 quarters. I was anxious to see when that was going to happen.
Shotgun set 2 by 1. Got a wing out to the left side here. Looking right, downfield, lets it fly. Nice tip there, and somehow Crease Douglas gets a hand on it, but it rolls right into the breadbasket of Ben Birchfield. No, actually, excuse me, Jace Bratcher.
Yes. And I know I keep harping on this, but the slot guy was false start once again, dude. The guy's offsides every play. You're going to see a timeout by the Bulldogs, and Coach Wardlaw is going to try and draw something up right here. You know, they're going to look to try and throw something over the middle, I would expect. There were so many Comets covering up the middle right there. The post routes were covered up, and McMurtry decided to air it out and see what happened, and it worked out for him. But that's all right. You're looking at 4th and 14 from the 24.
Yeah, 10 seconds left in the half.
Keep him out of the end zone, and we will get the ball back
yes.
at half. So,
yep,
I mean, this is a big stop, man. This is you're looking at, you get a stop right here. It's either we get a stop and you know, we still kind of sitting around, you know, 3 scores down, we go get a score, you're 2 scores down after half. Or you can let one go and you're sitting there thinking, gosh darn, we're down 4 scores and we're into halftime and trying to not have a repeat of last week.
Yeah, I mean, you really, after the way things have gone, 28-7, hey, you're only down 3 scores.
And I will say this, the product that we've put out here this week has been much better than it was last week, honestly. The Comets look a lot better this week. You know, I think they're starting to figure out how to play without some of their guys being out and stuff like that. And that's been a positive for the Comets.
Well, you know, another thing, too, is learning how to play from, you know, trailing.
Yeah.
They've been ahead the first 5 weeks of the season. They played ahead with a huge margin. Like, you know, learning how to play from behind.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, with talking about having the young team.
Oh, he's going to have to run. They're going to have to go get him. He's past line of scrimmage.
They got him.
He can't throw it. Need to go get him. And I'll bring him down inside the 5. And, whew.
Hey, a stop is a stop. Get him in there. That's a positive look right there. We're getting the ball out of, I mean, that's turnover as far as I'm concerned. That's 2 turnovers that we force now. Let's see if we can't get another touchdown coming out of half.
All right, so that's the end of the first half. And, again, we'll kind of keep it live here on Hinton Comets TV.
Yeah.
We'll cut the audio, but got band and as well as the cheer squad going to be doing some things. So we will see you guys here in about 15 minutes before the start of the second half.
All right, sounds good. All right, we're back here at the Comet Stadium, Jim Sire Field, and we got a 28-7 score right now. Minco's out in front of the Comets. There's 2 minutes left in halftime. We got a newcomer up here, Zach. Zach, how's it going, man?
Pretty good, pretty good. How about you?
It's good. I'm all right, man. It's a nice day for some football.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, absolutely. Weather's good. No breeze, really. Just kind of a light breeze, though. Keeping Mr. Allen cool out there on the side is in here watching the Rangers make a little bit of a comeback. Just a great halftime show from our band and the cheer squad and representing Hinton and what's the word I'm looking for? Recognizing our veterans in the area and stuff like that and all around the world. The Comets will get the ball back right here. They're, like I said earlier, they're down 3 scores. We're going to look to get something going offensive, obviously, and possibly get in that end zone and cut it to a 2-score lead and let our defense do their thing.
Yeah, it'd be really good if they can get a little momentum here coming out of the second half. They kind of piece a few things together here towards the end of the second quarter. So it'd be nice if they can come out of halftime with a little bit more pep in their step to get something going here. Momentum is a huge thing in this game, and they started to draw some there at the end of the second quarter. Got a big stop on 4th down, and time ran out, and you look up, and it's our ball. It's kind of like just a built-in turnover, and that's huge for the Comets. Anytime you can turn the ball over, whether it's from a halftime or like a pick earlier, a pick 6 that we had, it's huge, and we've got to find a way to continue to slow down McMurtry at the quarterback position. And we did a better job of tackling Cyrith and Valdez, the 2 running backs they have. You got to do a better job of continuing to hit those guys early and finish those tackles. And if we can do those things, you look up and you get a touchdown here and a touchdown there. You're down a score compared to being down 2 scores, 3 scores. And if you can do those things and close that gap any chance you get, that's what you got to do as the Comets continue to roll through the second half.
Absolutely. And like you said, that stopped at the end of the first half. That was huge. Just it's more that bend, don't break mentality there at the end. They gave up some yardage, but whenever push came to shove, they were able to buckle down and keep them out of the end zone and not even allow a field goal even.
If you can continue to do that, you give yourself chances to win.
Absolutely.
So the hill is high, and we're looking to climb it, and see the Minco Bulldogs have broke out, going back to their sideline. You'll see their kickoff team come out. Our kickoff return team is heading out there. You have your usual 3 back there. It'll be Damian Gomez, Trevor Rodman, and Graydon Aveni back deep, kind of covering the deep kick for us. I believe that's Colton Helms kind of in that middle line with Deuce Tripp. And, I'm missing somebody, sorry. To you listeners out there, I apologize. That's Aiden Bashore out there, and then your front line, you've got Oakley Pratt, Crease Douglas, looks like Derek Pratt, and then Tegan and Xander Farrow out there. So there's your 11 out there to return the kick. And I don't know which number they've got for Minco. What number is that, Zach?
Let's see here. It's a single digit.
I would go out on a limb and say it's either Cyrus, Valdez, or McMurtry. Usually that's what you get as a running back, quarterback. I wouldn't figure it out when they run down.
Number 5.
Number 5, that's a quarterback, McMurtry. I talked about him earlier, a great basketball player. He will go out and get 18 to 19 points a game next year for them.
Definitely has the body style.
Yes, the kick is up. Damian Gomez returns it. He's going to come out here to the right side, near side. Cuts it up, makes a good little run up the middle, and gets us to the 35-yard line. So some pretty good field position for the Comets right there.
Yeah, good little return there. He showed a nice bit of patience there, waiting for it to develop and not get ahead of himself. And then he made a nice little cut and got some good yardage.
The vision is important. And Damian's a freshman. He's long. He's athletic. He can run. He's a guy that you're continuing to develop. And any rep he can get, whether it's a handoff or a jet sweep or anything on a return is good for him to kind of continue to build as a football player and as an athlete for the Comets.
Absolutely.
So the Comets are back out. They got a 2 wide receiver set, tight end right, tight end left. 1 running back there with Graydon Aveni. That's Trevor Rodman. Hand off to Trevor. Trevor's going to go over the left side, cuts it up for a nice little gain of 3 to 4 yards, or 2 to 3 yards right there.
3 yards by number 51, Trevor Rodman.
I tell you, Zach, the defensive line for the Bulldogs, big dudes, and they can move. And that's been a big reason for us not being able to stop to get upfield on our runs today.
Yeah, and you see obviously the biggest bodies are going to be right up there in the middle of the line there, and that's saw that play kind of get out towards the edge and try to get around them a little bit and see if they can get a little bit more success out there on the edge.
And they've also got 8 in the box, so we'll see what we can get out of this. Looks like either a false start probably or an encroachment. Yep, false start on the offense. Nope, encroachment on the defense. I apologize. So that's good news for the Comets. We talked earlier about the Comets having the short field. And when they have a short field for their first downs, it's huge. They are not a long yardage team. Like, 3rd and long is not our friend. 2nd and short, 3rd and short are where the Comets want to be. And really most football teams in the nation want to be there. So you're going to have that same setup, twins left. We're going to drop back, quarterback draw up the middle. Nothing going. And they've got it stopped at the line. So it looks like a no gain, possibly a loss of a yard.
Yeah, there was that big defensive front that you were talking about. Just ran it right up the middle and ran into a brick wall.
Yep. And it makes it easy for those linebackers to kind of read and react whenever our O-linemen aren't getting to that second level and able to hit those guys. And you know, a lot of our runs are designed to have, 7 to 8 blockers, and then you've got your receivers out there blocking as well. And when it gets all jumbled up like that and there's no hole, man, it's just hard for our guys to run off of that.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier when the defensive linemen are eating up 2 blocks at a time.
Absolutely. We're going to drop back right here. Hits the little swing pass. Trevor cuts up 1, cuts up 2, and then is wrapped up behind the line. So you're looking at a loss of 3 right there. You're going to have a 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9 for the Comets. Actually, I'm sorry, this will be looking at 4th down, won't we? Going to send the punt team out there, so, a decent little series right there. You got a couple things going. You got the penalty going your way, and then a couple tackles for loss, and it's hard to win when you're getting tackles for loss. Let's see if Deuce can pin them back deep.
Yeah, like you mentioned, if offense is predicated on getting to 3rd and short, you really can't afford those negative plays or zero-sum gain plays.
Good punt for Deuce. It's going to be down to the 37-yard line. Starting position for the Bulldogs. We'll see what they come out with right here. And like you said right there, you can't have those tackles for loss, man. I know it's difficult there. You're playing an elite team like the Minco Bulldogs. I believe earlier we said they were ranked 4th or 5th. Crescent, one of the 2s on the other side, and hopefully you can just get another stop right here and keep the momentum kind of going your way. It's easy to say that. You just got to go out and do it.
Yeah, and all they can ask for is just to build on that last drive of the first half. Just try and get that confidence up and just really go into attack mode here.
Got a split back setup back there with 3 wide. Hand off to the right. Good open field tackle by Graydon DeVinny. Was able to get that early penetration right there.
And that's exactly what you look for on first down. Just get them isolated and make a great open field tackle, like you said. That was a huge play.
Less thinking, more playing. Sorry.
Yes, especially given the size difference there.
Yes, absolutely.
He's a big old kid.
And Graydon's smart enough to learn, hey, I'm not going to try and hit this guy high because I'm not going to win that battle. I'm going to go hit him down at the legs and cut him down. Same setup as the last right here. Handoff again. Keeper, and then he pits it out to the right. And a good job by the Comets once again. Good stop for the Comets. 2 really good jobs of stopping the run. And really, Zach, for us tonight, the run hasn't been the thing that we've needed to stop. We've got to get out there and cover these receivers right now in this definite pass situation by the Bulldogs right here.
Yeah, they did a good job not falling for the lot of moving parts there. They stayed assignment sound. They didn't fall for any trickery there, and they just pursued well and made the play.
A lot of smokes and mirrors on that one. We were able to everybody kind of stay home, and the Comet faithful are rumbling. Same setup as earlier. They're going to drop back to pass. Just a 3-receiver route tree, and Graydon DeVinny on a blitz is able to get in there and stop the quarterback again.
It's a heck of a drive for DeVinny there. That's 2 huge plays from him.
100%. 2 TFLs for him. And I'll tell you, the Bulldogs left 2 running backs back there to help block on the blitz, and the safety blitz by Graydon was just enough. I say the safety, he's playing more of a linebacker position this week, but the blitz by Graydon was able to get in there and get a stop. Let's see if maybe we can get a tip on a ball right here, block a punt, or get a good return out of Trevor. Punts away. Pretty good, solid punt. Trevor's going to let it go. Would have liked to maybe seen him go up there and catch that, but makes a decision to let it go. And we got a 32-yard flip of possession right there. We're going to get it on the 32-yard line and see if the Comets can get some going. Hey, 2 stops in a row for the Comets on defense. Building on coming back in this game right here.
Absolutely. And like you said, would have been nice to maybe try and field that one and save a little bit of field position, but with a low line drive kick like that makes it really hard to cover that ground. And at that point, you just want to avoid making a costly error and mishandling it.
Who knows? Maybe he fields it right there and just gets stuck by 4 guys, and we just pray that he holds on to it. You know, the safe play right there to keep the ball in our hands and see if we can have a good drive right here and get going in the right direction. Kind of a bunt set for the Comets. Handoff, reverse, back to a pass. Got to let it go. Craighead go make a play. Ooh, I tell you, man, he got in there a little bit early, and really, that's a good job by Craighead going up to make that play. And, you know, some could argue that maybe 12 got in there a little early, but I'm going to be honest with you, pretty good defense, man.
Yeah, that was one of those where they're both going for the ball, so you can allow a little bit of contact there. But it was a good job to go back for it and not let the defender just go up uncontested for it, because he was in a good position to pick that ball off.
You know, earlier we had that illegal man downfield, and I think that might be a similar situation right here. But they're picking up. Oh, it's going. I'm just going to stop talking and see what the referee does right here. We'll go off of that.
I think they're still figuring out themselves.
Yeah, holding on the offense. Okay. 10-yard penalty. You know, when you throw a lot of trickeration, which is a great seam that they just put in there, I like that play. When you throw trickeration like that in there, it's hard to not get a holding or something like that called in those situations.
Yeah.
Comets are going to line back up, same set. This time they're just going to hand it off, let Trevor try and do his thing, gets out to the outside, and a good open field tackle by the Bulldogs. I tell you, if he's able to bounce right there just a little bit quicker, there's a possibility he's busting that one, but Bulldogs did a good job of breaking down and making a tackle.
Yeah, just a slight bit of hesitation there cost him.
Yep, and we've got a Bulldog down. I believe we're going to take a break right here on Hinton Comets.tv.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
2 words, cash back. 2 more words, you're welcome. Remember that jar in your dresser where you would throw your loose change at the end of the day? Then occasionally, you take the jar to the bank to have it counted and enjoy a bit of a surprise to find there is more in there than you thought. That's Square One Banking.
We're back live at Jim Sire Field. Looks like number 11 was the Bulldog shaking up right there. He got up and kind of ran off all right. Maybe just a little bit of that was Clayton Hughes, who's been making all the tackles tonight. Maybe just a little bit of just a cramp or something right there. Sorry, I'm jumbling up my words tonight. Comets back at it. Quarterback keeper. We're going to roll out, throw it to Colton Helms. Colton Helms makes a good catch. Nice yards after catch right there, and then gets knocked out of bounds at the 25-yard line. A great catch and run by Colton Helms right there.
Yeah, that was a great stiff arm there out on the edge, get a little bit more yards and make this third down a little bit more manageable.
Yeah, and that's 2 times now that we've gone past early, and the Comets have got rid of the ball and given a receiver a chance to go make a play, and Colton catches right there, makes it good, like say yards after the catch, and Comets are sitting 3rd and 8 right now. Looks like a 2-by-1 receiver set, 1 running back. Fake the handoff, roll out to the left side, to the far side. He's going to come back this way. He's got some running room. He's going to break it down, see what he can get done right here, and he gets a first down for the Comets. That's a great run and a good finish by Graydon DeVenny.
And you just saw that at the end of that play, I think he probably would have had the first down anyways, but you just saw that that was a great lot of determination there to lower that shoulder and be sure and get that extra yardage. And leave no doubt on that.
Absolutely.
Don't want to leave that in the referee's hands.
Guy that just likes to go ahead and finish off runs. Hey, if you're going to get hit, you may as well hit harder. You know what I'm saying?
Better to deliver the hit than get hit.
Yes, absolutely. So the Comets are going to stay in that little kind of one tight set, 3 out to the left or to the left and right. Get a good block up front for Trevor. Trevor tries to bump it outside. He's still up and just doesn't get anything going downfield. Just kind of ran lateral the whole time. He's got to get upfield right there.
There's not a lot of running room out there.
No.
A lot of defenders on that side of the field, and they were able to close up the running lanes pretty quickly.
I'll tell you, the Bulldogs just do a really good job of just flocking to the ball, and showed a good example of that right there.
A lot of athletes out there.
Yes, absolutely. So you're going to get a timeout by the Comets right here. Coach Potter wants to bring him in and kind of see what we're doing here at 2nd 12. You've got a good drive going right here. You've had a good amount of positive plays. What are you looking to see out of the Comets in this 2nd 12 situation right here, Zach?
Well, they've had a little bit of success, like you said, through the air, getting the quick pass out, let the receivers make a play out in space. So maybe get another play like that. Maybe get to 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, something along those lines. It's a little bit more manageable and open up your playbook a little bit, just to give themselves a little bit more chance. And obviously, at this stage in the game, in this part of the field, you're in 4-down territory. And honestly, so you've got a lot of options here. You're gonna have 3 plays to work with to get about 12 yards. So
I think another thing you can look at is see where the Bulldogs are lined up. If you got a receiver that the Bulldog is lined up 10 to 15 yards off the field, maybe dunk one down to the guy and let him go make a play, get you 4 or 5 yards, and see what happens. And that's kind of what we did with that out route earlier to Helms, is they were going to sit 18 yards off of us. We'll throw a little 5-yard out route and see what we can get out of it.
Yeah, just take what the defense gives you. There's no need to force it. Just go at it. Just go at them, take what they give you, and live to fight another down.
It's been kind of a fun chess match to watch Coach Potter go against Coach Wardlaw on the other side, and the Comets coaching staff going against the Bulldogs coaching staff. And we'll just kind of see what they both come out with right here. Do we have 2 scripted plays going bang, bang right in a row? After timeout, we'll see what happens. 2 off to the right for the Comets and 1 off to the left. 1 running back set with the halfback set up as in the tight end position. Rolling out here to the near side. He's going to let go of it for Clifton Craighead. Clifton's going to make a catch, get both feet in. NFL completion right there.
That was a heck of a job coming down with it and getting your feet in bounds. That was not an easy catch to make there on the sideline, but a great job getting those toes in bounds.
In another situation we talked about where the Bulldogs gave them room, and I think you'll see them adjust and play more to the sticks right here and be aware of it. So you got 2 left, 1 right. Kind of just flipping the field a little bit with the setup, and we're going to go to Graydon right up the middle for a good 1st down gain, 7 yards off of that. And look, the Comets have made it into Bulldogs territory for maybe the first time this evening, and you've got a lot of things going good for you right now. What'd you see on that last play there, Zach?
That's just a good job of getting a lot of push up front, not letting those big boys bully you around a little bit, and just keep going, keep charging.
Absolutely, and I tell you, the 2 or 3 passes that we've been able to complete are helping our running game out right here.
Absolutely.
Little quick setup right here. You got 2 out to the left, 1 to the right. We're in that same setup. Hand off to Trevor. See if Trevor can get outside. Oh, and we just got to hold that block a little bit longer. If we can blow that guy out just a little bit farther, we're able to cut one up the middle or maybe get outside of it. Just nothing going so far for the running back position as far as handing off and seeing what we can get done. You're going to see some subs come in here. Damian Gomez, Crease Douglas, and Derek Pratt. So we're getting a little bit of a lighter setup here. More wide receivers out there. And we'll see what we get out of the Comets. I'd be anxious to see if we don't air it out right here. 2nd and 13. I mean, look at the distance right here on the near side. Craighead. Of course, they've got 2 guys out here. Going to hand off to Trevor just for a short gain of about 1.5.
Not a lot of room out there running right now. They're practically, looks like they're kind of daring them to air it out a little bit, daring them to beat them through the air. So
absolutely. Two wide receivers to the right. Double tight situation, running back in there. Here's the snap. Graydon drops back. Going to look to hit Damian Gomez deep. And really, really good coverage by the cornerback on this side. That guy, number 12, has done a good job of covering on deep passes twice. He covered Craighead once, and then Damian right there. That was number 12, Reese Nest. Another senior for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, like you said, good job staying with their assignments. It was kind of a slow developing play. Had multiple receivers down there in that area, so it made it a little easier just because more receivers going to lead to more defenders down there. So, but just good job by them to not get over antsy and make any bad contact. But definitely going to have to see something here on 4th.
4th and 12, Comets being a little aggressive, trips right. Graydon drops back. He's got a lot of time. He's going to try and break it up. Gets rid of the football. And a play made by Trevor Rodman. Trevor's at the 5-0. Touchdown, Comets!
Oh, we've got a flag.
The phantom flag for holding has been thrown. And a lot of frustration out of the Comets sideline right now, and I do not blame them. Graydon is 10 yards in front of the ball right there, and we throw a holding flag. You know, I don't know who it was on, and it really doesn't matter. I wish that they could change that, but they won't. It's a call that's going to get made, and it's part of it, and you just kind of shake your head and move on. And now we're looking back at a 4th and 23 after a really great play by the Comets. We'll see if we decide to punt right here, or if we decide to go for it again, stay aggressive.
Yeah, we saw Eli Kirks for the Bulldogs. After the protection held up for quite a while, he got a lot of pressure there up the middle, and didn't look like there was a lot of looked like it was just got 2 guys locked up in a block.
Yeah. Minimal at best.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, they felt like it affected the play enough, and we're going to send the punt team out there. And really, you can't blame Coach Potter in this situation. Your defense has played really well the last 2 possessions. You know, I'm okay with punting this away and pinning them deep and hoping that your defense can possibly create a turnover and just hold them up, one of the 2.
Yeah, especially after the last one. They forced a 3 and out on the last possession.
Absolutely. Deuce with a good punt. I don't know if you'll get a return out of this or not. And wow, just pins them inside the 10-yard line to the 6. Wow.
Just a beautiful punt there.
That was a beauty by Deuce. And as we said earlier, you know, bend don't break mentality, but at this point, man, I'm not afraid to be aggressive right here and throw a dial a blitz up. Maybe we get something done with getting them pinned deep like that, and really just a great job by our special teams. And all the guys getting down there and making the coverage, you know, nobody going and hitting somebody errantly to cause another flag to be thrown. So good job by the Comets right there.
Yeah, and especially with them backed up this far, they're probably not going to take many chances here, so you really have a chance to pin your ears back and go after them and maybe get another 3 and out. And that way, if they end up punting, you're probably going to end up with good field position.
Yes, hopefully on their side of the 50 again. Motion right by number 7, and it looks like we're going to get a false start, and they're going to back up another 2.5, 3 yards to half the distance to the goal. We just talked about dialing up that blitz, and, you know, we're possibly looking at the same situation. They're now in their own end zone, taking the shotgun snap. 4 minutes, 21 seconds left on the clock. What are you looking for right here, Zach, out of this situation?
Honestly, at this point in time, they're probably not going to air it out at this point because they don't want to risk a holding call in the end zone resulting in safety. So I'd say just bring as many as you dare to bring.
Counterplay to the right and a great tackle, and that's he got it. Forward progress to the half-yard line. And really, honestly, that's a pretty darn good call by the referee. I agree with that 100%. He got the ball out there, and a really nice play by Diego Gonzalez right there to stop him early. Let's see what we can get right here. Look for them to roll out the quarterback and give him something to work with, as athletic as he is right here. Comets got to hold strong. We have, looks like Crease Douglas is in there in the middle. Look, see for Crease to make a play right here. Play clock rolls down to 7, 6, 5. They're still trying to get the play in. Snap to the quarterback. Quick out route. And we make a good open field tackle by, is that Deuce Tripp on that one? Yep, the freshman Deuce Tripp with a good open field tackle right there.
The Bulldogs didn't want to take too many chances there. Get it out quick.
Yeah.
Just don't risk anything. So now you got a chance to come up with a stop on 3rd down and get a 3 and out.
Comets got to keep people in front right here. They now have room outside their end zone. Look for them to drop back and possibly throw some crossing routes across the middle. Communicate out top. Looks like a carry, and I don't know if he got there. Gosh, a very generous spot by the referee right there, and I believe he got the first down. We shall see, though. Maybe a 4th and short.
A little slow getting up there, too. That could be big for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, looks like a first down for the Bulldogs. As you said, Sebastian Valdez getting up a little slow right there, and just a good piece. You know, they've got that 2 running back set, kind of like the pros do now, where they're going to throw 2 guys at you. And not really a lightning and a thunder type. They're just both really good, big running backs.
Yeah, it's just very relentless style of running, too. Yeah. Just like once you get one of them off the field, well, guess what? You got another one right behind him.
Got some motion, and then the quarterback's going to keep it. Oh, and a great job by the Comets to stop him short.
Looks like that was Deuce yet again in the
Deuce
backfield.
again, yeah. Deuce is starting to get more and more aggressive. You know, we talked recently about Jake Wright being out. Deuce kind of stepping up into that linebacker position. Every week, a guy like Deuce is getting better and better, and you know, him being so young, there's a bright future ahead for that young man.
Yeah, and this is where drives like this is great experience for those young guys.
Absolutely. You're down, and you're trying to battle and keep your momentum going defensively.
And so far, they're doing a good job.
Yeah, absolutely. Hand off to the running back again. Oh, and he's busted out, and he's going to get about a gain of about 12 on the play. We're looking at 3rd and 1 for the Bulldogs right here.
Another first down. Yet again.
I've been wrong before. Yeah.
Looked like he walked an extra yard after he got to the ball.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Also, it's you know, you got to remember we're up here 50, 60, 70 yards away, and those guys are all over it. They're doing a good job. It just, as a Comet faithful, you'd wish they would maybe stop those guys a little bit shorter, you know what I'm saying? So it's like another first down here for the Bulldogs. McMurtry's going to motion in. Receiver from the right. Going to run to the opposite side. He cuts back to this side, and Graydon Deviney with a good open field tackle right there. Stop him at about 3 yards. Open up this window, get us a little bit more breeze coming in, man.
Yeah, getting a little stuffy in here.
Comets with a good stop on that first down play right there. They've got to get another tackle for loss right here, hold them short. Look for the Bulldogs to start maybe airing it out. You know, they've kind of set us up with the run the last few times. Possible situation here where they're going to go deep. Motion back over here. Hand off. Ooh, it's bobbled. Are the Comets on it?
It was one of those
it was a
little pitch
forward pass. The old shovel pass goes for an incomplete pass.
Little bump pass.
Yeah. Regardless, a great situation for the Comets, man. It's now 3rd and 5. And, you know, Minco's kind of in that spot right now where you think, man, do we want to throw it right here? And you know, with all this pressure we've been getting, or do we want to keep running? You know, is it 4-down territory? Probably not as much, them being up. But if they get into a 4th and 1 situation, they've had so much success running the ball, you're up 3 scores, you're possibly looking at keeping it. We'll see what we get right here. It's like a handoff to the running back, and he's going to have, gosh, another close one.
Wonder how many of those we're going to have on this drive.
Yeah, it's number 3 for this drive. It looks like they're going to get the first down from the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Man, and we've been, me and Nathan have been talking earlier, Zach, about how the Bulldogs have just been so good on 3rd down. I mean, they're probably sitting up there around 10 or 12 conversions of 3rd down, and that's tough to live with. You know, the Comets are continuing to stop them early in the series, and then they get that 3rd down. It's just deflating as a defense. You got to, you know, bend, don't break, like you talked earlier. We'll see what happens here.
Especially with a younger squad too. Just makes it that much harder to keep your head up.
Wow. That is a great job by Trevor Rodman, and looks like we've got an ankle or a cramp for the Bulldog right there. And tell you really like Trevor going in there, I guess that was Clifton going in and checking on him, making sure he's all right. Trevor's checking on him too. It's good sportsmanship by the Comets and kind of keeping their heads and, you know, making sure a guy's all right and stuff like that. You like to see that out of your team. Is he still down or did he get up? Looks like he's all right. Maybe just a small cramp, and they got him off the field. Bulldogs will take back over here. 2nd and 9, 25 seconds on the play clock. Referee whistles it in. The clock will start. Looks like we're going to finish the quarter out, and we'll be going to the 4th quarter. So something I'd like to point out right here, the Comets were down 3 touchdowns to start this half, and this 3rd quarter, we give up 0 points. Now, we didn't score any, but our defense held strong for a whole quarter. That's huge for the fact that we've been, in the last, 8 quarters, 8 quarters, we've given up a lot of points, and to go that whole quarter without giving up any points, big for the Comets right there. We're going to take a break right here on HintonComets.tv.
The account with a virtual money jar, and it's offered exclusively by Legacy Bank.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
For more than 100 years, Oklahoma Career Tech has been training skilled and dedicated individuals, giving clear career paths to over 90,000 graduates a year. These individuals are the heartbeat of the Oklahoma workforce, serving thousands of companies, fueling this state's economy. Oklahoma is powered by Career Tech.
So we're back here on HintonComets.tv. I'm Pete Phillips with Zach. We're getting rolling right here. The Bulldogs take the snap right here. It's a 2nd and 6 situation. And he throws it out of bounds. Did he get it in? Nope, his feet were out of bounds. Incomplete pass. We're looking at a 3rd and 9.
I was getting ready to say, I hope they don't roll him in bounds. He was closer to us than on the sideline.
I think he still made the catch, though.
He did.
Good catch, just about 17 yards out of bounds.
Got another step, he could have rung the bell.
Yeah. I'm hoping the Comets can get a stop right here on this 3rd down and give themselves a chance to go ring that bell. We'll see what happens. Snap by the Bulldogs. Ooh, low snap. Graydon DeVinny's on the quarterback. That's a sack for Graydon DeVinny. A 2nd one on this possession. Huge for the Comets. You get a 4th down and long, and you're looking at the punt team coming out from the Bulldogs. What'd you see right there, Zach?
It's a huge play. I'm not quite sure if there was just a miscommunication with the center on the snap or something, because DeVinny he came unblocked into the backfield, and he's been all over the place this half. That's not a guy you want to turn loose.
Absolutely. It makes you think maybe the snap was too early, because it really wasn't a bad snap. Just the timing somewhere was off between the quarterback and the center. Happens at the high school level. Good thing it happened to the Bulldogs and not the Comets right there. Another punt. Trevor's going to return, take a fair catch. Smart move by Trevor Rodman, and the Comets get the ball at the 35-yard line. What'd you see on the last possession that you'd like to see the Comets continue on right here?
Man, they had a few pass plays where they kind of get out in space, make a few guys miss, and then whenever they got the passing game going, they were able to get a little bit more on the run game, and then they'd get to first and 10, 2nd and 12, 2nd and 10, something like that, and they would just kind of all the air would come out of the drive. So maybe just be able to string a few plays together, keep mixing it up, and see if you can keep the defense on their heels a little bit.
I would like to see us possibly get into a 2nd short situation and then maybe take a shot over the top. And look to get Trevor Rodman in the open field right here and see if he can go make us play. Got a pass out to the left. Pass is broken up. That's Damien. Okay, that was intended for Craighead. So a nice little rollout right there. You know, you've got the option to throw that to Trevor if you want to, but Trevor was able to block right there and give Graydon time. I like routes like that where we're giving our quarterback options, making things easier to where he doesn't have to really focus on staying in the pocket and kind of go from player to player.
Yeah, get him out in space a little bit, clear his line of sight so he's not going to stare over his linemen, have defenders breathing down his neck. Just give him a little bit more room, more margin for error.
Absolutely. Got Colton Helms out to the right, and then Xander Farrow out here to the left. Graydon in there, hands it off to Trevor. Trevor bounced to the right, and then just nothing going, man.
Looks like his foot may have gave out on the play. Might have slipped a little bit.
Was there a little bit of a hole on the right side of that?
I'm not real sure. I didn't see much of one.
Just somewhere he tried to cut it up, and that's where he got tripped up right there.
Yeah, I think he saw the edge was pretty well set by the defense, so he figured he might as well just turn it upfield and see what he got, and then the ground kind of gave way beneath him.
Absolutely. So we're sitting here 3rd down and 10. And obviously, I think a passing situation. You got 2 out to the right, 1 out to the left, tight end in there. Ooh, early pressure by the Bulldogs. Graydon's able to get out of it, throws it deep, and Damien goes to make a play and just broken up right at the end. I tell you, Graydon does a good job of getting out, and he throws that ball deep, and it just not the best release out of his hands. I don't know if he didn't have a good grip on it or what happened, but it was probably about 5 yards short of where it needed to be. Damien makes a good adjustment on the ball and just not able to come up with it. I think you're probably looking at a Comet punt right here again.
Yeah, and it was a good job by Damien coming back to the ball because, like you mentioned, the placement wasn't the best on that pass. Was kind of on the move, wasn't able to set his feet very well, so just kind of tried to give his receiver a chance, and receiver did a good job going back to it because the defender was actually the better spot than he was, but he did a good job of coming back and at least breaking the pass up, so it's not an interception.
Yes, and that's all you can ask for. It looks like the Comet offense is rolling back out. You're down 3 scores. Coach Potter thinking, hey, we got to get out there and try and get something rolling right here. Roll Graydon out, maybe see if you can get something going, and maybe he can break one for a run, or you find a receiver out there on an out route. Got to get to the sticks right here and get a first down. We'll see what the Comets have for 4th down. Referee whistles it in. Graydon steps. Here comes the snap. Drops back. Early pressure. Graydon's going to try and run for it. Oh, and just lays a hit on the first guy coming at him. But a good job by the Comets of going up, and we've got some guys down right here. I tell you, a hard hit right there, and you got Graydon kind of slow to get up. I don't know if he's got a typical Graydon, as tough as that can be. The referee's checking on me, says, I'm all right, get me out of here.
Yeah, it looked like both guys on the delivering and receiving end of that hit are feeling the effects a little bit. Like you said, Graydon kind of walking off a little gingerly, and the defender, Jace Bratcher from Minco, he did a good job sticking in there and taking the hit and bringing him down, but it looked like he was kind of feeling the effects as well.
Yes, 2 guys just coming in and knocking each other. That's good football right there. See Graydon kind of walking around, grabbing his head a little bit. I think maybe his neck, maybe just a situation where he hit so hard that his neck was jarred a little bit.
Little
stinger situation. Hopefully we can get him back out there the way he's been playing defensively. We need him out there making plays. Oakley Pratt gets in for him. You got Deuce Trips. That's 2 freshmen at the linebacker position. Colton at the walk-up safety. Snapped for the Bulldogs. Give it to the running back, and we hit him early, and he's able to spin off and get a gain for about 6 or 7 yards. Tackle made by number 77, Derek Pratt.
Yeah, like you mentioned, it looked like they were going to be able to wrap him up a little bit for maybe a 1 or 2 yard gain, but he just kind of spun out of it and was able to keep churning his legs and get up there for about a 5-yard gain.
I tell you, man, there's been some good hard hitting tonight, and I'll tell you another thing I'd like to point out. The Bulldogs have had a few situations with like small cramps and stuff like that, and a lot of it is they're coming off that bye week. And when you don't play for a week and you've been going for so long, it's hard to get back into that playing shape and kind of keep the ball rolling. So we'll see what happens with that as we go.
And you're fresh because of that bye week, but you're also still trying to get back into game shape. So it's kind of a double-edged sword.
Little counterplay right there to the left side, to the far side, and he was able to break that for about 2 or 3 yards. But there was a holding. I was wondering if we were going to get a face mask on the Comets on the tackle right there, but a holding by the Bulldogs and a big penalty for the Comets right there. Moves them back 10 yards and gives you a chance to get a stop and get the ball back. 9:30 left on the clock. It stops the clock. Any situation that stops the clock right now is huge for the Comets.
Yeah, at this point, you're just trying to get some momentum here for the young guys. Just trying to build into next week, get things moving a little bit, just kind of get their confidence up heading into next week.
Absolutely. 2nd and 15 for the Bulldogs right here. 2 wide receiver set, tight end in there with the halfback. Quarterback McMurtry, motion to the left by the tight end. Snap, handoff to the running back number 8, and just a great job covering up by the Comets.
Excellent pressure. You had 3-4 guys in the backfield there for the Comets. It's a good job breaking the first tackle, but again, when you have 3-4 different guys in the backfield, it doesn't really matter when you break one tackle.
Yep. And we're at another 3rd down. The Comets got to get one of these to go their way right here, you know. I mean, do the Bulldogs drop back and pass right here? And and try and get that first down, or do they hand it off? You know, I mean, if you're the Bulldogs coaching staff, what are you doing right here?
At this point, with this lead, I'd imagine they hand it off here, just see what they can get. And I'm wrong.
It's all right. They drop back to pass, and a nice tackle. Good play broken up by Crease Douglas. We've got a penalty on the play. I don't see any negative reaction from the Comets, so it's looking like illegal man downfield once again. Declined by the Comets. You got a 4th and 14, a big third down stop for the Comets. You got a punt on the way. See if we can get a return out of this by Trevor. You know, Trevor is lightning in a bottle. You're always waiting for him to kind of make a big play. And is this the time you see it? Is he able to break one right here? Do they even give him a chance? I'm telling you right now, if I'm the Bulldogs and I've got a guy that can kick it in the end zone, I'm kicking it in the end zone or out of bounds. It's like a false timeout on the field. I'm guessing a false start, or they're going to talk it over. Not a timeout. I tell you honestly, this game's been really well officiated, and a big part of that is when you've got two good teams playing against each other, fundamental, it's easier to call games, and that's what you've seen tonight. Ooh, a long snap. Able to get the punt off, and not a very good punt. The Comets are going to have some great field position to work with right here from the 28. And, you know, just got to get out there and get something going right here. You know, maybe you take a shot up and down. What are you seeing right here coming up?
At this point, you don't really have much to lose here. So we got about 8:14 left here in the game. Down 3 scores. Might as well just come out here, see what you can do, Eric. Just go right at them. See, unload the. Just empty the playbook, see what you can do.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you something, man. Your defense is now held up for an entire half almost. So you've got that side of the ball figured out, in my opinion. Let's see if we can get this offensive side of the ball figured out, and then we're rolling in the next 2 weeks ready to roll against Cash and Watauga. Got a handoff with the fumble on the reverse, and it's recovered by the Bulldogs. Wow. We just talked about that momentum, man. And, you know, the adversity is always there, and the adversity is now here. We'll see how the Comets react. Just a tough situation right there. You go reverse, you try and get something going, and you're probably about to have something break open on the backside, and then you have that situation. It's all right. Get back on the horse and try and get you a stop right here with your defense. Bend, don't break, man. Bend, don't break.
Yeah, and that's just something you might see from time to time with the young team. Just little mistakes that can just turn into a big one. But it's a growing opportunity.
Yeah.
Something they can work on in practice, get it ready for next week, and kind of patch things up a little bit. That way you can use it later on and use it as a positive.
No doubt there. Comet defense is back out there. 8:09 left, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Snap by McMurtry, handoff. Tackle made by the Comets. Good job in there. Let's see if the Comets maybe start looking to strip. Fumbles and stuff like that right here. You know, any change of possession is good for the Comets right here. Got a new running back in there for the Bulldogs. Trying to probably preserve the 2 big guys for their next week's battle. You've got number 14, Noah Johnson, in there, senior. Got a lot of speed. Smaller guy, but he's got speed to go with that, and it packs a little bit of a punch. Really good run by him right there. Cuts it up to the right side, and that's a touchdown for the Bulldogs.
We do have a flag on the play.
There's a flag.
In the area, we would typically see a holding call. We'll see what happens here.
Are the Comets going to be saved again by the hold? And it is. Holding on the Bulldogs, and really, it's a huge thing, man. It gets them out of our red zone, and the Comets are able to kind of change what they're going to do defensively. And I would say the hold probably affected that. And there might have been multiple, man. You look out there, and that guy goes to hit the hole, and there's nobody there. And then all of a sudden he's like, wow, there's nobody around me. I guess I can cut out to the right. And, you know, maybe that has something to do with why it was.
Yeah, he's able to run it up the middle, then bounce it to the outside. Never really had a guy within 5 yards of it. Makes you wonder.
We'll just go ahead and say there was a lot of holding going on, and good for the Comets right here. So you got 2nd down and 12 from the Comets 22. Good penetration out there early. And then a good tackle by Diego Gonzalez by the Comets. Or Derek Pratt, I apologize. Third down and 8, another situation where the Comets got to get a big stop. Really 4-down territory for the Bulldogs right here, so a TFL would be great for the Comets. 2 wide receiver set, snap back to the quarterback. Quarterback keeps it, and Damian Gomez with coverage on the guy. Just a great job by Damian.
Bet the Bulldogs receiver, he's going to tell you he probably should have caught that ball. Yes, but still, a good job getting in there, getting a hand in there, and at least making him fight through contact a little bit whenever the ball gets there.
Hey, don't be surprised to see the Bulldogs hand it off right here. They've had a lot of success the second half running the ball, and maybe they go quarterback draw right here with the athlete that McMurtry is, or you see a halfback draw.
Maybe do a little rollout, get him out in space, give him a few options.
Yes. And being a senior, he's got the ability to make those decisions on the run. We'll see what happens. It's like a quarterback rolling out to the right, like we said, throwing across his body. And is he out of bounds? He's out of bounds. He is out of bounds. Didn't get the back foot down. And a good break for the Comets. Turnover on downs. And you got 6:48 left.
So it was a nice play there. Nice play by McMurtry.
Mm-hmm.
Just to see, he saw the receiver going towards open space. So it was a pretty nice. It was a good. He showed good vision. Just led him just a little bit too much, but a huge stop there for the Comets, especially coming off that fumble. That could have been a backbreaker, but a great job by the defense to really stiffen up and hold them.
Yep. So you get the ball back, 1st and 10. See what the Comets come with. Do they come back with a little trickeration, or do they just, they got 4 wide. We're going to drop back. And there was some miscommunication there between Clifton and Colton and Graydon. Somebody was either supposed to sit down or we were supposed to have a crossing route. Regardless, another lucky break for the Comets, and number 2 for the Bulldogs isn't able to reel the catch in for the interception. But
I believe that's the same Bulldog who missed the slant on 3rd down.
Okay.
Might be having a rough few minutes.
A rough few minutes right there, but
film session might not be very good on Monday.
Yeah, Coach Wardlaw might have something to say about that. All right, we got a 3 wide receiver set. Fake the handoff to Trevor. Got good blocking. He's got time. Makes a good pass out to Colton, and just not able to bring it in right there. So we got a 3rd down and 10 situation right here. Really, honestly, 4-down territory for the Comets. I know we're backed up to our 18-yard line, but, you're down 3 scores. You're trying to get something going, so we'll see what we can build right here on this 3rd down. Graydon's going to drop back, and he's going to take off running, and nothing going for Graydon up the middle.
Wondering if that may have been a bit of a broken play. The snap was a little high, but then when he looked down, there was about 3 different Bulldogs breathing down his neck, so I'm wondering if that may have just been a broken play.
Yep. I think we're going to see the punt team, and some of you back at home are probably thinking, we're down 3 scores, why are we punting? Well, when it gets this late in the season, there's a thing called points that come into play. And the Comets are right now sitting 3rd in the district, and I believe they're in contest for 3rd or 4th with the Cash and Wildcats. And, if we're able to take care of business next week and beat the Wildcats, points could come into play basically on keeping us either in the playoffs or out of the playoffs. So that's why you see the punt situation right there. And our defense hopefully can hold tight right here for another possession and maybe give the offense a chance to get back out there and score some points.
Parents, remember, in a few minutes, the 5th quarter will be hosted at the Faith Church. All students are welcome. 5th quarter for all students at the Faith Church, immediately following the service.
So the Bulldogs are going to come back out. They get the ball at the 30-yard line. I feel like the ball's been in this same position for the whole 4th quarter, which, hey, is what it is. The Comets are battling hard with the Bulldogs. Bulldogs got a little extra pep in their step. They got one guy trying to get off the field. Looks like we're going to have a penalty for delay of game.
Delay of game, Minco Bulldogs, 5-yard penalty.
Had a little mix-up on who they wanted. I'm sure they're getting some different guys out there being up 3 scores, trying to get guys reps, also keep guys healthy and rested.
Had a kid running off the field. Looked like he may have been a freshman. Wasn't quite sure what he needed to be doing.
Hey, it
took out a
happens,
trainer as he was running off the field.
Would have been a good tackle for the guy. Reversed by the Bulldogs. And how about a tackle? How about a tackle made by Clifton Craighead right there? Did a good job of reading that and getting out there and making a play.
Yeah, that was a great play. There was a lot whenever he turned the corner on that reverse. There was a lot of green out there. I think. And Clifton made a great move getting and just going into attack mode, and not letting him get away.
Breaking down and getting a hold of the guy and keeping your hands on him. So we're looking at 5 minutes and 18 seconds. Clock is ticking. 2nd and 13. See if the Comets can get another stop here on 2nd down. Handoff to the running back. Oh, he breaks free. He's able to break one, and then we're able to make a tackle by the safety. It's another good tackle by Clifton. I tell you, the Comets defense has got to be tired, though. I feel like they go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. They've played great this second half. They haven't allowed a single point this second half, but they've just been on the field a lot. You can tell they're probably getting worn down a bit.
And really, when you say the Comet defense, about 90% of our Comet defense also plays offense, and where we play both sides of the ball, and these guys are so well conditioned, and they just good, hard-working kids, and I love to see how hard these guys work. And got a little jet sweep to the receiver. And it looks like he's going to get in. Nope, he's going to be short. The 1 yard line. He dove early. I think he saw some action where he was possibly going to get tackled, and he thought he could get in there, and kind of looked like a guy sliding into second a little bit short.
The turf monster might have.
The turf monster is alive.
Might have got him around the 5, and he just tried to lunge for it at the last second. Wasn't quite able to get him.
The good old home field turf monster. Doesn't even matter. An illegal shift on the offense, and the Comets are moving the Bulldogs back. The turf monster not only saved the touchdown, he also got us 5 yards by the illegal shift. So go.
What a nice guy.
Comet turf monster. We don't have a 12th man like A&M, but we've got a turf monster. See the Bulldogs come back out in 2 wide receiver set. Jet sweep situation, and it looks like another false start on the offense.
Penalty marker on the field. False start. Minco, 5-yard penalty. That'll be first down, 20 yards to go.
I doubt Coach Wardlaw is going to be very happy about these penalties tonight.
No, he's a guy that's real disciplined and comes from a real disciplined football family. He's got a couple state championships when he was at O'Keene as a player, and he's been at Minco for a long time building this program. Guy does just a great job. He's a good leader. Him and his brother both are out there, and really cool to see those guys continue to build this program. And hey, even if you got a big win, you're able to go find some things to work on with film, and he'll be able to break these things down and prepare themselves for next week. Same thing with the Comets. The second half has been a great film session for the Comets, because they're going to be able to go and be able to look at these things and say, hey, we did this, and this right. And if we clean up some things in the first half, it's a 1-possession, 2-possession game the whole game, and you're right there in it. And when you look at hopefully getting into that playoff spot, and you're going to play a 2 seed or a 1 seed from the other side of the district that you're looking at, it's something to build on. And it looks like a big snap, and just another great job by the athlete McMurtry to roll out and throw the ball away. I mean, just a smart play by that guy. I can't say enough about that guy,
Yeah, yet again, that was a play that could have turned very ugly very quickly. But like you said, heady play.
Yeah, just a good, steady senior, just getting things done for you.
Making sure things don't go from bad to worse.
Absolutely. So it looks like, is it going to be 2nd and 20 or 3rd? We had so many penalties last. Okay, 3rd and 20. 3rd down and 20. Comets got to keep them in front of the sticks right here, make a tackle. Still 4-down territory where they're at. Going to run the screen pass that they ran earlier. He's going to break it, and we're going to stop him from getting in the end zone. But once again, full sellout by the D-line, and the O-line's able to get out there and get some blocks made up for the Bulldogs. I tell you, we haven't seen a screen pass.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say that was about as good a timing as you could ask for as far as that play call goes. Like you said, you had the Comet defense that was just they were full selling out to go make that play, maybe get off the field, get the ball back. But man,
type of deal where you had that bad snap earlier and you get excited and giddy. It's hard to stay home right there. Motion right here, running back's got it, big hole, and he's in for the touchdown.
I do not see any flags.
No flags on this one. This one's not going to get called back. So, hey, really, though, with the way that the field position was set up, the Comets gave a pretty good run at it defensively right there. It's late in the game, and, you can say what you want about a 4-touchdown loss, but the Comets really, up until now, give up no points in the second half. We talked about film earlier. They're going to be able to go watch some film and see so many positive things to build on these next couple weeks, and we didn't lay down. Last week I felt like we kind of laid down a little bit at the end. This week we fought through the whole game, and you see Graydon DeVinny running out there to get a sub in. We got time to do that. It's a good rule they added right there to let guys have time to get subs in. The 2-point conversion right here. We'll see what the Comets can do right here.
Timeout on the field.
Timeout by the Comets. We had some miscommunication there on people getting in and out. We just talked about the Bulldogs having that. Coach Wardlaw probably not going to be happy about that. I can promise you Coach Potter is not going to be extremely excited about that. And really the main reason, Zach, is because we've talked about the second half being such a success for the defense, and then you have kind of a, I don't want to say bonehead, but just kind of a weird situation where guys are trying to get in and out. It's at the end of the game, and at this point in the game, you're just trying to get out of here and leave with some positive. So we'll see what the situation was, and if we can get it fixed, that's what the timeout's for.
Yeah, and this one not really going to lead to much of consequence. It's not going to be something of much consequence, but more of just annoyance.
Yeah, absolutely. Something that bothers you. You look at it and you're like, man, what's going on there? And I understand where people would come from with that. So
stand there and film just like,
yeah.
What are we doing?
What are we doing here? Yeah. So it's like trips right by the Bulldogs. You're either going to get a quick screen right there, or they're just bringing those guys out there to kind of get our DBs away, which they do a good job of with their design. I really like the design they use to spread people out, but we'll see what we get right here out of the Bulldogs. Probably going to be a handoff to Valdez, and that's what you get. And a good job standing them up by the Comets and keeping them out of the end zone.
2-point conversion is no good. And that brings us forward.
So you're sitting there with a 34-7 score, 2 minutes 54 seconds left in the game. Going to have a kickoff right here. The Comets are going to be able to return it. Hopefully we're able to build something offensively for this last possession. And I know I've come back and I've said this multiple times, but really just a great second half for the Comets. To get beat 28-7 in the first half, and then come back second half and only give up 1 touchdown, and a late touchdown at that. Like, I'm not going to say it doesn't mean anything, but kind of just like a end of the game touchdown. The game's really out of reach already. A really good showing for the Comet defense, and as a coaching staff, you look at that. If you're Coach Gaither, Coach Potter, Coach Miller, Coach MacArthur, and Coach Wofford, you look at that, and that's a huge building block for your season. You're getting in towards the back stretch of your season where you're going to get Cash and you're going to get Watonga, and then if we stay on track, hopefully a trip to the playoffs. Something to continue to build on. And as far as the Minco Bulldogs go, they continue their run, and they're on a really good run right now. This will put them at 7-0, I believe, and I can't tell you positive if they're going to get the Crescent Tigers next week, but they got that big matchup with Crescent coming up, and that'll be the decider of who wins our district. And I'd like to be a guy that's able to go watch that and not have a dog in the fight. We got a kickoff to Trevor Rodman right there. He jukes left, jukes right, brought down at the 19-yard line. You see the Comet offense come back out here.
First down, 10 yards to go.
Coach Potter's going to keep that first group in there, try and see if we can get some positive going into that next week's matchup. You know, talking about that next week matchup, we get Cashin at Cashin. Just a well-coached, traditionally good team. A great test for the Comets at the end of the season. You got Deuce Tripp in there at running back. Hand off to Deuce. Deuce going to run straight forward, get you a good gain of about 3 yards. Seen Deuce do a lot of things tonight, man. He's kicked it, and he's had an extra point and done a good job on kickoff and been doing well, tackling guys at linebacker, making plays, and just another freshman out there doing good things for the Comets. Comets are looking over, trying to get the play for Coach Potter. That clock's rolling. Sitting at 2 minutes and 5 seconds on the clock. 9 seconds left on the play clock. Plays in, snaps up. It's like same situation over to the far side for Deuce. Gets tripped up, picked up with 1 yard. You're sitting there with about a 3rd and 5 situation right now for the Comets. Get us a first down right here. Keep the play moving, keep the motion going. Try and continue to build that momentum going into your last 2 weeks of regular season football.
This is why I did not take your bet yesterday, dude. I know this too well. Nope. No, sir.
Mr. Allen, I tried to bet Mr. Allen 50 push-ups, and
no, sir.
He wasn't about it, man. I don't know. We'll have to work on that guy. Snap to Graydon. Hand off to Damian Gomez. Damian's going to bust it out, try and get something going on the outside, and just nothing going. A lot of guys in white jerseys chasing after one guy in a red jersey.
That brings up 4th down, 7 yards.
4th and 7. Let's see if the Comets are going to go for it right here, I believe. Might get a situation where they will, or we might go ahead and punt it away. We're going to let the play clock roll down, and I bet you'll see Coach Potter throw a timeout out there. Maybe get something drawn up for these couple young guys we got in there. 9 seconds left on the play clock. We're going to get lined up and run a play right here. Snap back to Graydon, hand off to Damian. Damian's going to cut it up, gets across to the right side, still going. And he's going to be downed at about the 30-yard line, carry for 3 yards. It'll be 4th down, and you'll see the Bulldogs come out here and see Coach Wardlaw waving his guys in. Really composed, good win for the Bulldogs and a good battle for the Comets. You'll see some new guys coming in on defense for the Comets, kind of rotating guys in and out. I would probably say that you're going to see the victory formation out of the Bulldogs right here. Just a respectable thing to do. It's been a well-battled game. To hold these Bulldogs to 1 touchdown in the second half is a huge win for the Comets. Really, I know it's a big loss, but I'm excited to see what the Comets can do next week and continue to build on the things on the road. We shall see you guys next week in Cashin, Friday, kickoff at 7 o'clock. We'll have a long week ahead to get ready for that, and you guys enjoy your fall break. Everybody stay warm and go Comets. This is Pete Phillips on Hinton Comets.tv.